Hi, folks. This is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report. I've talked several times this year about high water and the role that high water can play in fishing. When the water is higher, it changes everything. It changes the flow of the water, the current speed, the power that water has. It changes light penetration into as the water gets deeper. The sunlight that's coming down. It can't penetrate in the same way that it can in shallow water. So it affects the formation of weeds and algae and all the other things, and so much of the food that fish, or let's say bait, can feed on. So it affects the location of where food is going to be, and therefore it affects where the fish are going to be. There's so many impacts of high water. And this year, we've had a year of high water. It's tremendously affected my fishing in the tributaries, because where pools used to exist in the past, where I could go and depend on fish being, the high water has changed the nature of what forms a pool and where those fish might want to be. And it changes their hunting grounds, because I always would find in the summer times, in the heart of the summer, in July and August, was when the fishing in the tributaries, and when I'm talking tributaries, I'm talking about all the smaller streams that flow into the St. Lawrence River in our area. The Grass River, the Deer River, the St. Regis River, the Racket River, the Oswegatchie River, all these wonderful tributaries. To me, they offer the best fishing in the summertime when the water's lower. In the fall now, when the water kind of stabilizes, you're not going to get as much direct sunlight. You're not going to get as much hot days that tend to evaporate water. So the water level is going to stay a bit higher. Everything starts to change in those tributaries. And in my experience, my long life, vast experience fishing these waters, the fishing deteriorates in the fall. Not because there's less fish, but their locations change and their feeding habits change. In the St. Lawrence River, it's different. In the St. Lawrence River, fall ushers in a time of change, and all the things that I'm talking about have impact, but the fish start moving into the shallows again because the water temperature starts going down. It becomes more comfortable, more available for the bait to move in, and so now, as fishermen, we have the opportunity to catch fish in areas that we probably didn't have in the summertime. So fall really is a huge transition time, and it can affect the fishing in a good way and a bad way, depending on the waters that we want to go. One other thing I want you to realize about fall fishing, and don't misunderstand, fall fishing can be wonderful, but here's another reason. Because in the fall, fishing pressure from other anglers tends to decrease, because we have so many things, we being the people that live here in the North Country, that have families and have jobs and so forth, things are sort of transitioning into a preparation for winter. And all the things that go into that, getting wood, football games that become a big part of people's lives. There's so much that takes some of the pressure off some of the waters. And if we're still able to go out there and go fishing, we might have some of these spots all to ourselves, and we might experience some really great fishing days. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report.